Hello friends, welcome to the third video on Peaceful Poppies Suite, and we're going to focus on making this card this evening. I apologize for my lighting here. I'm still learning about videoing. This card is super saturated, and that is one of the things that I do like about this pattern paper is the saturation in it, but the lighting's not quite right here. But it's a beautiful little card, and I have an alternative to this that I did in Rich Razzleberry too. So one of my favorite stamps in this suite is this stamp of all of the little poppies, and I stamped it down at the bottom and again up on the top. And I did that again on the card we're going to make this evening, even though you can't tell it quite as much here. It was stamped with the poppies on the top and the bottom of the card. So you'll find Peaceful Poppies Suite on page 25 in the mini catalog. And this evening I have used the pattern paper, and this is, it looks like a true watercolor with some of the parts blurry. It's got your Poppy Parade color and Old Olive colors in the pattern paper. And of course the flip side is really nice too. That has a little pool party in it, even though it doesn't show up quite as well in my lighting here. The stamp set is Painted Poppies. That has the little poppies in it, and we're going to be using this outline and this outline. And along with that, we're going to use the framelits, the dies that go with this suite, or with this bundle, sorry. In particular, this die for like a little label, and also this die for the scalloped part on this card. And then I'm also going to use Peaceful Moments stamp set, and I've chosen the thank you. I don't send out enough thank you cards, but that has a real nice thank you in it. Another thing that we're going to use are the Peaceful Poppy elements, and I just want to show you what you get in that. There are two sheets of watercolor paper, and they have been embossed with a white or clear embossing powder images, so you can just take your aqua painter and a little bit of color and watercolor those very easily. And then there are a couple sheets of vellum, and these also are embossed with white embossing powder. Very pretty. And then there are two sheets of basic black, and these make some nice labels, and also a little edge that's very similar to the die. And we get two sheets of the poppies. These are really pretty, and you can see that I've used one of these already. I'm going to pop out the other one here to use. Then you will need, for your card base, 4 1/4 by 11 inches, and that's scored at 5 1/2. And then if you want it inside to write on, 4 by 5 1/4. And then your pattern paper, which whoops, what did I do with it? I think I must have picked it up here. It is 2 1/2 by 4 inches. Wow. Here it is. There we go. And then you're going to need some scraps of Poppy Parade and Basic Black to die cut. So to start with this card, I'm going to put the inside aside, and I won't show you. I'll let you be creative on making that. And I'm going to start by using my Poppy Parade ink and stamping across the bottom. I don't like to see the edges of the stems, so I drop my stamp just below the edge of the cardstock here, and that way the stems go off the page. And then I'm going to put the very top of my poppies up next to the fold of my card. My fold is on the top. Alrighty. Now the next thing I want to stamp on my pattern paper here, and I'm using black pimento ink, and I am going to use the solid or the outline little flower in Memento ink and just stamp it right on top of my poppy flower. And then I'm going to use this one here with the little flower and the bloom. Actually, I think I'm going to do it right here. And then I'm going to come back again with the outline, just the flower, and stamp it right up there. And usually you'll work in odd numbers, so that's what I've done here. Now, previously, before the video started, I die cutted 2 of these little lacy edgelets. My favorite tool here is this take your pick. The little pieces come out so easily. Now you'll notice that this die only cuts, I don't know, maybe it's about 2.5 inches. Yep, about 2.5 inches. And our length here that we're going to put this on is 4 inches. So I'm going to flip it over on the back side and put just a little tiny narrow stream of Tombow. And then place my little die cut piece right up under that. The nice thing about the Tombow is that you can kind of slide it a little bit, have just a little bit of time, and then it grips really well. So you see that I have overlapped it here on the bottom, so it looks exactly like all of the other scallops. It just keeps continually repeating. And just want to make sure that is sticking well. And then you can take your paper snips and just cut along the edge of the pattern there and cut off the excess down here at the bottom. Alrighty. Then I'm going to just take the Tombow again and put a little bit on the back here and place this on my card. And I want to go over to the left-hand side. So it's not straight. There we go. Now, previously I had taken a piece of scrap paper, and remember I was using the Peaceful Moments thank you, and I just inked and stamped a thank you on my scrap paper. And then you can take your die and place that over the thank you and run it through your die cutting machine. I have previously done that, so I've got one right here. And before I actually put that on, I want to take my little poppies here and place them right underneath there. So actually I might want to put them over here. Nope, I don't have enough room, so I'm going to definitely put them there. This is not adhesive back, so just add a little bit of Tombow. Or you could put them on with dimensionals. Now I was going to use dimensionals on the back of my thank you label. And place that right over the poppies. Now we need just a little bit of glimmer, and we can do that with the Peaceful Poppies sequins. I love the ones in here that are shaped like flowers. Obviously those are my little favorite. So I'm going to put one over the thank you there. And I should have got my tweezers out here. But the red ones are shaped like, there you can see. Like little flowers. And I'll just put right on there. And then of course you can add a little bit of gold somewhere. And there's pink. And I would add about 5 of those. And that would complete your card.